I'm Josh Hamburger, and you're watching IronmanHacks.
Hey everybody, the guys over at Maylon, a brand I had never heard of, sent me this bike computer. Anyway, I'm gonna open it up, check it out, go for a long ride, and let you know how it goes. Hey everybody, how's it going? Andrew here from IronmanHacks. Super exciting to bring to you the Maylon Navihood L1 bike computer. This is basically everything a Garmin or a Wahoo can do at a fraction of the price. Now, I tested out this morning with a friend of mine, a few friends. We went on a 125 kilometer ride up to Malaysia, and then, my friend Bert used it, then I used it. So I've had some time playing with it. It's essentially everything you'd want in a bike computer, everything you can get from your Garmin or your Wahoo at a fraction of the price. It's really exciting. The form factor is quite conventional, nothing unusual about it. It kind of reminds me of the Wahoo Bolt or Wahoo Element. So here's my old Wahoo here. Almost the same size. Quite similar, in fact. Looks quite a lot alike. Let me see if it powers on. All right, and it's a black and white screen. So very much like the Wahoo, I can use these side buttons and create more fields, create more data fields on the home screen. Looks good, looks pretty good. Okay, Bert, so how's the Navihood going?
Yeah, going pretty good so far, trying to get to know it. So this is the total picture where you see all your stats, power, heart rate, etc., speed.
Where's your power?
Power's gonna be here.
There's the power, and there's the normalized power. There's your cadence.
Exactly.
There's the average time, speed, distance, heart rate, balance, and power for 10 seconds. Very cool. Now, how do you scroll through the screens?
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Right, so there's your elevation, profile.
Yeah, heading east, okay, cool. And then the general map.
The map, but it looks like the map's not loading. Like maybe we have not loaded the Malaysian map. Maybe you need to do that.
Yeah.
There's your lap data from your last lap.
Cool.
Heart rate zones.
Yeah, for the last 3 hours.
And you're back to the beginning. And we can configure all these using the app. So basically everything you could want. Very cool.
Yeah, quite useful.
So it seems like the Navihood can do pretty much everything a Garmin can do or the Wahoo Bolt or Element can do. I think the design is pretty conventional. It's pretty standard. Everything's good. It's not a touch screen and it's not color, and I do not see the maps in here. One thing I wonder is if you can load workouts into it. So with some computers you can, with some you cannot. So if you could not load workouts, so if you can't, then that's a problem, but I'll have to check that out. So there's the app you can download, which is how you're gonna synchronize it. And then it will go to Training Peaks and Strava.
Yeah.
It comes with its own mount, but it will actually mount on an existing Garmin or Wahoo. What's interesting is this piece back here is metal, so it won't break, or definitely won't break as easily. And it'll just mount right in there. No big deal, just as you'd expect. And yeah, it looks good, feels good, performs a job. 3 main buttons on front: home, start, and I believe that's a menu. Or you can view more things, view more screens. And then on the side over here, it's got buttons to zoom in and out on a number of different fields. So I zoom out, it shows fewer. Zoom in, it shows more. And then the power button.
So before I go into my final verdict on the Maylon Navihood L1, I'm going to go into some features that they sent me by email, a few of the product features, and give my take on whether or not I think they're actually selling points or what. So let's just go through this really fast here. The first thing they say is they talk about ruggedness. Yeah, I mean it's rugged, I guess. These sort of rubberized corners are nice, but the main point is that the back of this is metal. Now I've had lots of bike computers over many, many years. I've never had this break off, but I have no problem with it being metal. So that's cool. I mean, they're saying it's a common problem. Fine. We'll be happy to have a metal one. Great. The next one is the fast 5-second GPS signal. So this little ridge here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this little ridge here, they say, is sort of the area, the antenna, the square antenna, they call it. I didn't recognize or realize it if it was 5 seconds or 5 minutes, but I'll take it. I believe it should be, and I think that's a great thing. I have been waiting around for, especially in previous years, waiting around for like 10 minutes or longer for Garmin's to grab a signal. So maybe the technology is better here. Another thing they're talking about is long distance storing. It can hold 3,500 kilometers of activity. Not something I would ever care about. This is not something that I need, because once you do one workout, you export it and it's done. I don't use this as the single source of truth for all my workouts. That's called Training Peaks. Another thing they talk about is the battery life of 20 hours. So that's a really good battery life, really fast battery life. Really long battery life with fast charging as well. So the battery life is something that I have had problems with the Garmin's. Not with like the 1040 now, the big, huge one. That thing can last forever. But I do think that's a big deal. I have been on long rides, very long rides in Malaysia, where I've had to bring an external power bank to charge my Garmin. Probably wouldn't have to do that with this. So that's awesome. Now, so yeah, Type-C charging port, PX6 waterproof. That's very, very good. It's got a lanyard. No big deal. Everybody has that. So that's cool. Nothing groundbreaking. But selling point 2 here, password protection. So they're saying that if you lose it, people can't get into it. Now, it's not like a phone where it's actually important data. I don't care if somebody sees my last ride, and I am not trying to protect my rides in my bike computer. Not something I would use. It's maybe a nice feature to have for other people, but personally I wouldn't. Next one, navigation is pretty good. They are saying this uses 2 chips instead of 1 for better navigation. I'm not sure. I didn't use the navigation because the maps, I wanted to actually, but it seemed like I hadn't loaded the map for Malaysia because it wasn't in here. It showed the route, it showed the line, but there was no topography or maps around it. So I'm not sure about that. They say it works in complex road conditions like roundabouts and stuff. I haven't tried it, but it sounds good. It sounds like they've really put effort into making the navigation something that is above the rest. Then again, as a triathlete, we don't use these for navigation. Okay, one-click navigation. So they say you can long press the right button on the front to display the route. So that's really cool. So basically, they've optimized the interface for navigation. Training aid. Okay, now there's nothing here that it does that I haven't seen before. Basically saying that it has automatic lap, that it can scroll through pages, that you can set goals, have virtual opponents. Garmin's can do all those. Drinking reminders, nothing new. So they're just getting up to speed with what the others have had for 10 years. Nothing actually brand new, but it's nice to see. Now, the one thing they do not have is they do not have structured workouts, and that's a problem if you ask me. Okay, this one I don't get. Original ecological product, left and right turn signal. So there's no such thing. I think you're saying you have to buy this other light, and then you can get it. It can feel when you're moving left and right, and it will activate a turn signal. Very cool feature if you buy it. So basically, there's a few other things here. I'm not going to go through all of them. Di2 integration, core temperature sensor integration. You can see your calls, not voice messages, but messages, emails, and stuff on here. So basically, it's getting up to speed with the others at a fraction of the price. And then the other thing is the app. So they have an app which is kind of like Garmin Connect, where it's the app to transfer your data, to transfer your rides, but it's also more like Strava. in the sense that it's got a community. So I can look on. I've got the app here, and as I look through it, I see a whole bunch of photos. It's pretty cool. A whole bunch in Brazil and South America and Colombia, some in Europe, a lot in Asia as well. So it's really cool. You know, you're uploading your ride, but you're also seeing other people, and you can kind of, it's a social network. You can like rides, like photos, see their routes, see their data, comment. So it's, you know, Garmin has that sort of, but it's never really taken off. This one looks a lot better, I would say. Route planning, you can do that through the app. Free 3D animation display, so after you have a ride, it will do like a flyover. We've seen those before. Nice feature to have. And of course, it integrates with stuff like Strava and Training Peaks and Facebook and things like that. So that's what I would expect. Overall, okay, basically, that's it, really. So overall, I'd say it's certainly an exciting product. As I said, it's catching up to the rest. As a triathlete, I probably wouldn't recommend it to my athletes if they cannot have structured workouts. It cannot import structured workouts. So a workout that I give you, you cannot take in and then follow. So that's the biggest drawback as a triathlete for me. But you know what? That's a software issue, and they could probably easily roll that out. So I've spoken to them about this, and I'll see what they can do. But that's my verdict, and stay tuned for one little final segment. Thanks a lot.
Overall, I'm super excited about this product because it's totally affordable and absolutely the technology, the features, the software, the hardware that you would need even as a competitive triathlete. So if you're looking for a good bike computer, check out the link in the description below. And I'll be linking over to Amazon so you can see how much it is in your market. But anyway, if you thought this was useful, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Would you buy it? Would you not buy it? Would you rather stick with bigger brands like Garmin? I don't know. It seems like these littler brands or newer brands are going to shake up the market with their affordability and the technology that rivals the big guys. So, you know, if you want a deal, you know where to find it. All right, everybody. See you later.